What do you call a gingerbread man with one leg?
Go on.
Limp Biscuit.
That's a belter, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that. So, have you dried out yet, love?
I've tried that. I were a Soggy Biscuit, wasn't
You
I?
were a Soggy Biscuit.
Oh,
There's
what?
no worse than one of them, is there?
No.
You went for a little dip in
Yeah.
the Stainforth and Keeper Canal on Sunday, didn't
And
you?
we're not going to mention it tonight, are we?
No, and we're definitely not going to put the clip
Of course we're not
to
going
play it
No.
over the top of us talking, are we?
No.
But it has been a little bit of a Facebook sensation, hasn't it? 74,000 views, I think it's had now, that video.
Reached nearly 200,000 people.
All of them women.
Most of them. There
Yeah.
were a couple of sporting men as well, but
Were there?
yeah.
What's a sporting man then?
People like Alan Scawthorne.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to see you get wet, did he?
Yes, he did. He likes watching me get wet. Yeah.
Absolutely great. On a more serious note, though, you were very unlucky actually not to win your section, weren't you?
I'd say I was very unlucky, but I didn't really mind. You know, I had a really, really, really bad day in the old falling in department.
Talk us through it. This is the second qualifier for our Bait Tech Canal Championship on the Stainforth and Keeper Canal at Thorn.
I drew a peg that I really liked. Nice dark misty blue boat opposite.
Mm.
Peg 202. I did have a couple of end pegs to contend with, but I quite fancied it. I always liked that little area there. I loved it, and I wanted to go and do something different. You know, like I qualified last time, and for years I've gone on Stainey and just fished bloodworm.
Yeah.
And I says, like, now I've qualified, I'm going to treat these matches as a bit of a learning thing and try some other stuff, because you don't get a chance to do it very often, do you? So I went with the intention of fishing like casters, hemp, different baits to normal. And it all went tits up, to be honest.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Honestly, I fell in, right? 20 minutes into March. I primed me, I put some joker and some casters in.
I just don't think you've understood properly, have you?
What?
You've obviously been reading magazines and books and things, and they say when you're not catching, you need to start a new swim. But it doesn't literally mean a new swim.
Oh, right.
And that's where that's been going wrong.
It is, isn't it?
So go on, the start of this new swim.
Well, I put a couple of swims in. A caster swim at 16 metres and an emp swim at 16 metres. And I also fed got a little spider on your tackle box there. I also fed a joker swim on my top kit for some perch, because I always catch a few of them there. And that was the peg. That was the swim that I fell in on, basically. I was catching these little perch. I was catching really quickly. In fact, I caught 22 fish before I fell in the first sort of 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was going really, really well. But one of them, as I've gone to swing it in, dropped off.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll reach down and get him. I could see him flapping about. Reached down to get him. A little bit of bank claps on my front left-hand leg, and Ginny's was in the drink. It was quite a funny one. It was quite funny, wasn't it?
It was
to be
good.
fair, I loved it, mate. It wasn't too cold, you know, either.
Really?
No, it was absolutely freezing.
I bet it was. But you know, the problem for me and for a few others, you know, you didn't only mess your own match up, but like great friends of yours like myself, you know,
Yeah.
running down to help you, pulled you out, got all your kit out, you know, you probably.
Quite a lot of people helped me. I were really.
And I tangled my rig, you know.
Nice.
I was in so much of a rush to get there and help you. I tangled my best rig.
No, that was because she was laughing.
I wasn't. I was on my way down. One man who didn't come and help you though, and who ended up beating you for the section,
By 5 ounces,
was
Jordan Holloway.
yes.
But
what happened there?
he was on the end peg. He had a 3-pound bream in his net that spawned a little devil,
Yeah.
which he skillfully caught on casters, to be fair. And he weighed £10.5. But I did have a bit of a mid-match conundrum, you know. I had to go and get some clothes off Mr. Scawthorne, yourself, a few other people lent me some clothes, and then I had to order a new mobile phone.
You did.
And it wasn't, I tell you what was quite embarrassing. It wasn't embarrassing, it was quite funny. I was telling the mobile phone company what had happened. And he said to me at the end of the conversation, he says, "Is there anything else that I can help you with today?" I said, "Yeah, if you could bring me a hot water bottle down, that'd be absolutely lovely. Because I am absolutely bloody freezing."
And did he?
No. Oh, I tell you what else he said and all. He said, "If you get your phone back, will you ring us and let us know?" And I said, "You know what, mate?" I said, "If I catch a perch today and it passes me an iPhone 6 SE, I will definitely ring you and tell you about it."
Can't say fairer than that.
No. But I had a nice day, mate. I ended up catching £10, mostly perch on a top kit, a few fish on casters, I had a day's fishing all cold, and I didn't really learn a lot. So I was a bit disappointed, but I enjoyed my day, and you had a nice day.
I had a lovely day, mate. I love the day. I caught £6 odd.
Yeah.
Mainly little roach, I suppose, but
A few big ones. I weighed you in.
yeah, 6 on caster.
You sneaked someone shell, didn't you?
Big roach on caster, but it was one of them really. I could see Sean next to you catching really, really well.
Yeah.
On blood with him. He just caught roach all day, really, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I got Alan Scawthorne next to me. And me and Alan.
Who's that? Alan?
You know, Big Al.
Alan?
Big Al.
No. Sorry, I don't know.
And neither of us could really catch with any consistency on blood with him. It was strange. He kept having quiet spells. I just kept having spells of catching on perch. And
I don't think there's many fish at that end of section, I don't.
Didn't seem to be.
You're going off the boats a bit there, aren't you? And Alan said that afterwards.
Thanks for getting me excusing for me. That's good.
It's alright.
But no, so I had £6. Nice day's fishing. I learnt a lot. The canals change. You know what I love about the stadium? It changes so
every
much.
year.
So I'm really looking forward to getting back in a couple of weeks and having another go at it. Really. Saturday was a much better day for me.
You enjoyed Saturday, and you did very well.
I had a lovely day on Saturday.
Tunnel Bar.
I fished Tunnel Barn Farm in I think it's the 4th round of their Winter League.
Yeah.
And I drew a peg that I've often looked at and thought, I wouldn't mind drawing there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's peg 6 on House Pool.
Ah.
But obviously the lake had been frozen in the week on the Wednesday. And all the ice had melted, so a lot of cold water had gone in. And everybody was saying they thought it would be quite tough.
Mm-hmm.
It did end up being quite a tough match. But I really enjoyed it. I caught a few fish on pellets to start with, just cooked in like 10 micros, fished a 4-1 expander over the top and a nice light rig. Worked the bait a lot, and I managed to get a few fish on that early.
Yeah.
And to be honest, because I caught short on that, and the main reason I fished that line was I thought it'll give. So I think what happens at tunnel is the fish back off into empty water.
Yeah.
And I thought the longer you can leave it before you go along, the better. I thought just give the fish a chance to back off into the big gap that was in front of me. But it just didn't really work like that. I went a bit longer, didn't really catch anything, but nobody on the lake were catching anything, mate. It was rock hard. I got Adam Wakeling opposite me on peg 29, which is a really fancy peg, so I was conscious I didn't really want to go long and push fish towards him.
You don't want him catching them, do you?
No, he's very good and very quick, so
yes.
I thought we'll keep him this side if we can.
Yeah.
But I did have a little go dobbing about halfway through because there was nothing else to really do. It was weird, I couldn't catch it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't catch dobbing. I caught best towards the end, just feeding small amounts of maggots and sitting and waiting.
Up towards the islands?
No, actually, away from the islands,
right,
which was strange. Yeah, I did actually start a new line at one point in 3 foot of water, which was probably about 2 or 3 metres off the island to my right, which a few people said had been a better island for me. I had one there, foul up, and that was it, never had another bite. In the deeper water, I caught probably 6 in the last hour, which proved quite important because I had £29, which was enough to win the lake.
Well done.
And it would put me second in my bigger section because there's 26 people in a section, so it was between 2 lakes, house and top pool.
Right.
I was second, so I had a nice little pickup.
And good result for the team.
And a good result for the team, mate. Yeah, it was
second in 26 peg sections, good going, isn't it?
It was a lovely day's fishing. Yeah, you can good draw and everything. You need to draw all this time of year, but ever so interesting at F1 fishing. I've really enjoyed my time at Tunnel this year. It's been good.
It's awesome, innit? I noticed Paul Holland won the match, didn't he?
Oh, he's brilliant.
Proper good, isn't he?
Do you know, I went out with
good.
Paul a couple of Mondays ago, and we had a lovely day at Tunnel. It absolutely chucked it down. So the fishing one, well, the pictures weren't as nice as they could have been, but he's got it down to an absolute T, that game. So many little edges he's got, and he's very quick to credit Andy Bennett for this. He always says Andy Bennett's the man who showed him, he's the man who's taught him and helped him. But I actually think, you know, you can't deny Andy has helped him, but Paul's a great angler in his own right,
you know
and he refines things, doesn't he?
Yeah, you know that Tunnel Bar Masters this year, like, even though he'd won his section a couple of days and I'd got a win in a second, so effectively we were fishing against each other. After day 2, he come up and he were like, oh, what do you think, what's happening, what do you think? And he were like, here, have a look at this. And he gave me a couple of floats and he showed me some little tricks he'd been doing and everything. He were like, proper, I learnt loads just from like a 10-minute chat with him. We were really good.
Okay.
Simon Willsmore's ringing me.
Is he?
Yeah, Uncle Dad, I'll ring him back.
Bless him, he could be checking up, I can show you all right.
Probably is, isn't he?
You have had a bit of a cold, haven't you, mate?
I have, mate, I have.
Bless you.
Never mind.
But there we are, folks. That was our week.
Lindo, this weekend.
We have got the Preston Innovations Pole Fishing Pairs qualifier at Lindome Lakes. and we're going to do our very best, aren't we?
To qualify.
To qualify. I don't want you letting me down like you did last time.
That's
mate.
true, isn't it, mate?
You know.
Yeah. I'll try and do better than winning the match this time.
All right, excellent. I'll speak to you next week.